Okay, welcome back. We've got the market, which is holding absolutely very steadily. 18,071 is where we're at. Jay Bala of cashthechaos.com is joining us for some questions. Jay, good to have you with us here. You know, you've been the last two interactions at least calling for the extension of this pullback, so that it's continuing 100 points every day like clockwork. And do you think is just a few percentage points away a new high? That 18,600 level. Do you think we do that? And if we do, then what after?
Yeah, that's a very important question, Prashant. Thanks for having me on the show. See, on the first week of August, I had given 20% probability of the Nifty clocking fresh highs above 18,600. It registered in October 2021. But the question, as you've rightly put, after that, it's in my opinion, it's not going to be a sustainable one. The Nifty is either going to go closer to the all-time high or slightly exceed the all-time high, and then it's going to resume the correction. This is a very complex correction for normal people. We call it in elect wave parlance as a irregular correction. So basically, that's the pattern I'm working with at the moment. But it depends on what the US markets are going to do from here. As long as the S&P futures stays below 4217, I think the markets, the bounce that it saw from June, the Nifty likely peaking around 18,224 to 18,559 is a possibility. But the markets haven't turned lower, so don't get short yet.
Okay, don't get short. Hi, Jay. What about the IT Index? Debates on valuations, but that one has been a big underperformer this year so far. Do you think it's showing signs of bottoming up? And also, if yes, then what's your preference in the IT pack?
Yeah, see, the Nifty IT is consolidating between 26,000 and 30,500. If you try to take out 30,500 in accelerative fashion, I would think that the bottom is probably, I'm anyway bullish on the IT sector from a medium-term perspective. And, when I called for a correction in January, I was expecting to come somewhere close to 25K. The market have come somewhere close to that. But on a relative strength basis, on a front lines, an INFI is showing very mild relative strength compared to TCS. But if TCS were to exceed 3,300, I think that will change. But right now, as things stand, it's a bit, I would say a positive consolidation, but a lot of work to be done. Until 30,500 is not taken out, I would still view it as a basing pattern here.
Okay. The other point, of course, is the entire banks, right, Jay? In terms of what that pack does, which is done well, and it's kind of participated along with what the Nifty has done. Same kind of view like the Nifty here, or something different?
Yeah, very mildly different, Prashant. The banking sector is showing mild signs of exhaustion here, but but it's still not turned lower. But as long as the index stays about 39,250, assume the least path of resistance is higher, and probably the October high of 41,000 odds that's going to get attracted towards that level. But watch SBI. As long as SBI stays above 530, or if it turns below 530. That's going to be an early warning sign that this sector has probably turned. You need to also watch ICICI. I've been pointing out for the last 2 weeks ago that SBI and ICICI have the probability of clocking fresh 52-week highs, and they have done. And SBI has come very close to its price objective of 570. So, and it's showing signs of turn from here. 530, as long as it stays above 530, it's all okay. But if it gets below 530, we want to get a bit careful.
Just hold on to that thought. HCC, there's a release that's come up on the screen. The lender has invoked pledge of around 5 crore shares. Or the reason that you're seeing a bit of an uptake on the stock is because there was a bit of an overhang with regard to this. I think they briefly mentioned about this in their con call as well, that this is likely to happen, and that's precisely what's happened. So it seems the street is reading it positively that the lender has invoked that, and these 5 crore shares now, they move to the lender entity. So that was a bit of a trigger. That's why I think we're seeing a bit of an uptake on the stock as we speak. That's HCC. Let's see whether or not that's the overhang is out of the way. Well, Jay, you've given us your view on a couple of indices. What about the auto space? That's the one that's really cruising ahead. It's getting tired.
Yeah, auto sector has been the leader and it's been outperforming since March, but I think it's coming close to a peak point. Once again, there's no reversal there yet, but as long as the index can keep above 12,600, I think it's still trending up. But watch out for key stocks within the space. The leaders has been M&M. If M&M had to drop below 1,200, that will be a warning sign that the rally is turning down. Also watch Maruti. Maruti, if you try to keep below 85.50 and 84.60, that's not a good sign. So as long as these levels are respected, I would still think the sector is still trending up. But from a sectoral space itself, if 12,600 gives way, I think that the rally is done for the auto space.
Got that. You know, you began by kind of also pointing to what the US does from here. But, you know, for a while now, it's not really mattered, right, what the US is doing or not doing. The US, for example, only now is starting to see its own bounce, right? Last week it was up 4%. This week, so far, so good. How are things set up there, according to you, Jay?
Yeah, in my opinion, the US markets have already peaked in August, and that is, even if it were to exceed, this is not a start of a new leg up for the US markets. I would probably think if it were to exceed the August high, that will bring in the record highs for the Indian markets. So we'll probably see somewhere close to 4,500 and turn lower. But you know, if you look at the individual sectors out there, all of them are showing classic signs of a corrective rally rather than start of a new trend. So, you know, the bull-bear divide at the moment is 4217.5 on the S&P futures. If the markets were to keep below that, I think it will start trending lower immediately. But if it does get taken out, I would look at a slight push somewhere close to 4,400 to 4,500 on the S&P futures, and then a turn down, which will be a hard knock for the markets.
Okay, all right. Jay, what about individual stocks? You're looking at you have a couple of long trades, I think, on Relaxo as well as Deepak Nitrite. What are the levels you're looking at on those two?
Yeah, that's right. Relaxo is coming out of a rectangular consolidation. Usually when a market breaks out of rectangular consolidation, the distance it travels will be the width of the rectangle. So it's got a very nice pattern breakout out there. So I'm expecting Relaxo to go to probably record highs, but I'll be conservative because of where the overall index is. I'll put a price objective of somewhere close to 1250 with a stop at 950. Deepak Nitrite, you know, along with other chemical stocks, is doing well. It's a bit late. You know, we had a call on Hickel a few weeks ago at 270. That's actually, if it were to take out 372, that's probably going to record highs. So Deepak Nitrite is doing a similar pattern. Stop below 1950. Price objective of 2500. That's also conservative. Maybe it'll go to 3000 if the rest of the sectors were to, the rest of the stocks in the sector were to start trending up. So keeping things a little bit conservative here.
All right, Jay, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much. Good speaking with you as always. And